Welcome back. You're watching Financial Planner, and I'm in conversation with Gaurav Mashruwala. He's a noted financial planner. If you have any questions for Gaurav, we'd love to take them for you. You can email us at financialplanner@utvmoney.com. If you missed the show, go to my Facebook page, facebook.com/Smriti Rao. And then you can find all of the shows and any previous shows that you probably missed are all on that Facebook page and also on our website. Now, before the break, we were talking about mutual funds, how you should be approaching mutual funds. And a viewer had written in about a query regarding his son who's getting married in the next year. So I want to quickly bring up a marriage within like a year's time. How should you be planning for it? Is marriage something that you should have factored in right at the beginning, maybe 5 or 6 years earlier, and started putting money aside for it? Because Indian weddings, let's face it, are big, expensive.
Agreed. So two things. One is, yes, you should have a couple, husband, wife should have thought, and once a child is grown up, involve him or her in discussion is how are we going to plan marriage and what kind of expenses and whatever. And you should have, if you're looking at a lavish marriage, which typically Indians do, then you should have started creating corpus for that, number one. Number two, if it's 1 year away, then your money should be in debt instrument. Okay. So as I said earlier, because now the goal is less than a year away, your money, because don't put money into equity which you need in a year's time, because you may never know, just 2 months prior to marriage, if equity market crashes, you're going to have tough time with the marriage itself. Yeah. So you should have moved into debt instruments. Also gold, because all our marriages invariably will have gold. So now we have gold exchange traded funds, and one could do a systematic investment plan purchasing. Couple of mutual funds have launched an SIP gold funds, where regular gold funds where you can do SIP. So you should have accumulated gold. Now if you have done through an exchange traded fund, it's time to sell that off. Take that money, go to market and purchase gold, because you're not going physical gold, because you're not going to make jewelry out of an exchange traded fund. So right. So start taking those actions slowly. I mean, 1 year down the line, and if you know that marriage is in the offing, then move into debt, start buying jewelry, whatever you need to do, and start preparing for those things.
So you can actually do it in a systematic way. You can spread your expenses across also, and also your investments can be started a year earlier with exposure to debt funds. Now, Gaurav, at the end of the show, we always like to learn about a brand new term. Today, the term is FMPs. We talk about that a lot. What does that mean?
Okay, so FMP stands for fixed maturity plans. So usually we have mutual fund schemes which are open-ended, which means it starts, but technically they don't have an end. So it's not going to, FMP have a fixed tenure. So it could be, normally what we see in the market is 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, we have 18 months, we have 3 years, whatever. Now, these are mainly mutual fund schemes which buys corporate debt. So they buy bonds, debentures, any kind of debt instruments. And at maturity, you get your money back. So it's like a fixed deposit, if I was to explain in a simple manner, but it's in a form of a mutual fund. Now, one of the advantage here is that the dividend that we get from mutual fund is tax-free, while the interest that you get from a normal fixed deposit is taxable. So you're getting tax benefit here.
Okay, so this is not taxed basically.
The dividend that you earn is not taxed. Second is, if you cross a year in a mutual fund, it's as of now treated as long-term capital gains. And the rate on that is substantially less compared to normal rate, which is 30% highest. So it's more of a tax arbitrage. You're saving on tax by putting money into a fixed maturity plan. Having said that, you could be compromising on liquidity, though a couple of these are now listed on stock exchange, number one. Number two, returns are not guaranteed. So unlike a fixed deposit where returns are guaranteed and they're more safe in terms of RBI assurance and bank and whatever, there could be some risk here, but we haven't seen many FMPs defaulting in past, or we haven't seen any. So to that extent, it's a tax arbitrage, tax benefit that you're getting. If you're on a higher tax bracket, then you may want to consider a fixed maturity plan.
All right. And apart from that, is there any age group that it's most suited to? Would you say that it's applied for everyone? I can do it, you can do it. My grandmom can do it.
Yes, your grandmother can also do it. It's just that interim liquidity would be a problem, while fixed maturity plans are supposed to be listed on stock exchange. I don't know how many trades actually happen. So I haven't tracked that. I'm a little ignorant on that side. So one needs to check. But be clear in your mind that there's a great possibility that interim that tenure, you may not be able to get your money back easily. So just be careful on that.
Okay, all right. So that's what fixed
Maturity
FM
plan.
fixed maturity plans. I was thinking about something else. Are all about. But we have to wrap up the show, and I want to thank everybody who's watching at home. Also, Gaurav Mashruwala is a regular guest on the show. If you'd like to send Gaurav some feedback, you can email us at financialplanner@utvmoney.com. Gaurav, thank you so much for coming in. With that, it's a wrap. Bye bye.